3, 2, 1, go. Alright, best girl, let's fight. See how many times I've shot her and how little of her health has been depleted? When, like, in the actual run, if I like 2-cycled her, this is gonna be like a 4-cycle. Because I can't do extra damage. Luckily, that pattern is the same every time. Their weak points are always in the same spot. As opposed to in future games where the weak points are semi-random. I guess a pro tip for anyone who plays this game normally. In the actual story mode boss fights, the girls' weak points that they have in the Doki Doki mode are also their boss fight weak points. If you hit those, you actually deal increased damage. The same also applies to double piece. In double piece, it's much more noticeable. In this game, it's like barely noticeable, but in double piece, it's super noticeable. You deal like double damage, and there's also a special sound effect. Yo, me too, Stream Elements. Well done. Use Q and E instead of the arrow keys. You use the arrow keys on every other screen in the game. Alright, Akira's fight is pretty much the exact same, except it's a little bit easier, because her projectiles spawn like right in the center of her chest, so they're very easy to knock out of the air. Kaname's projectiles spawn from like the bottom of her neck, like around that area. So they're a bit harder to hit. Yeah, so like in double piece, if you have maxed out regular shots and you shoot Shinobu in like her shins, like her thighs, her shins, it's somewhere like in the bottom of her legs, you can very easily one-cycle her. Maya's one-cycle is very hard because her weak point is like the top of her head, so it's a much smaller target and it's a lot harder to hit because she moves her head a lot. So like Akira's weak point you're not going to be able to hit in the fight because it's her backside. But it doesn't really matter because that fight is very easy. Q. Karuko. Karuko's weak point is her waist, but shooting her waist would be a bad idea because that is not where the projectile spawns. The projectile from her spawns like to the left of her head, like where her hand is. So it's kind of also hard to shoot her. Also, here's the loud part. I'm sorry. We have to do this like 4 times. I am so sorry. Oh yeah, she's a rich blonde girl. She's also a tsundere. Sun. She's also an accomplished artist, and she's also the pervert. Karuko definitely has the most going on. It just sucks that her levels are the hardest ones, so she's not fun to go through. Karuko also is the only one with like an actual tragic backstory, so where like it actually makes her more interesting instead of cliche. I think without her backstory, Karuko is like a one-note character, but with it, she's like actually interesting. The others don't really get anything from their backstory. Surprised you don't have an emote of her. I do. I couldn't really think of anything cool to do with her, because, I mean, emote-wise, I don't really know what else to go for other than the fact that she is a massive pervert. So, I made the weird, lewd staring emote her. Yeah, her entire deal is she wants to buy your love because she doesn't understand that you just like her for who she is. And she also wants to see you naked. Again. Yes, again. That's a part of her tragic backstory is spending a day with you while you were naked. Yeah, she's weird, but, you know, in a good way. It makes her interesting. Naked again. Yep. That is half of her motivation. You are her muse. You know what's really interesting, considering that this is a series, and that the future games take place in the same school, like a year later. Every game takes place a year apart. Is, you actually find out, like, who the canon ending is in the sequel. And, they try to leave it vague, but, like, there's an obvious answer. What's really weird is that Aoi, who is this girl right here, in case you forgot her name, is the only one of the 4 girls in this game to actually appear in the sequel. And she is a romance option in that game. which means she's the only one of the four who just literally cannot win. She has to be the loser. There we go. Only 10 minutes. Oh, geez.